Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to Xbox On. And as you may fully well know, we finally had our very first look at the Call of Duty WW2 multiplayer, and I've been very lucky enough to get some hands on with the game so that I can tell you everything that you need to know about this year's Call of Duty multiplayer. The biggest change that you're going to notice instantly is that there is no longer create a class in Call of Duty, which is going to take some getting used to, as it's just been one of those staple things that you probably just associate with a Call of Duty game, as it has been in Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, so a whole 10 years. Now, with create a class, you would choose your guns, choose your perks, grenades, and so on, and would then be able to change your class selection within a multiplayer match depending on the situation you find yourself in. But with Call of Duty WW2, a whole new system has been brought in by Sledgehammer called Divisions. Now, there are a total of 5 divisions to choose from in Call of Duty WW2. First is the Infantry Division, which will fill the assault rifle role, so we'll have weapons like the BAR and the M1 Garand. Then you have the Airborne Division, which will have SMGs like the MP40, the Mountain Division, which is for sharpshooters, so snipers and high-powered rifles like the Springfield, the Armored Division, which will have the LMGs, and finally the Expeditionary Division, which will have shotguns. Now, for those of you wondering how divisions will work, other than just having certain weapon types attached to them, with each division you'll be able to choose a division skill, division training, and basic training, with division skills and training being locked to a specific division, while basic training will be available at all times to every division. Division skills will be things like the bayonet charge with the infantry division, while division training works in more of a similar way to the traditional perk system, such as the Pathfinder skill for the airborne division that will allow you to sprint for longer and mantle objects quicker, very similar to Marathon in other games. Then basic training is something that you'll have access to at all times, and will include more traditional perk benefits that you'll have been more used to from previous games, such as the Phantom basic training that allows you to have quieter movement, no fall damage, and ghosts to stay off the minimap from recon planes, which I can see being one of the most popular ones to use. But one awesome thing with divisions is that we're going to have a lot of things to progress in, because these skills and training that we'll use throughout World War II's multiplayer will improve the more we use them. The best way of looking at it is like how pro perks worked in Modern Warfare 3, where the more you use them, the more benefits you would earn and unlock, making you better in that particular division skill or training, though we don't 100% know if they'll get better throughout completing challenges or just overall playtime. Now, obviously, one of the biggest things within any Call of Duty multiplayer is the weapons that you'll be using. Everyone always has a personal favorite, but of course, a lot of people are probably thinking, how are weapons going to work within World War II with the creator class system going out the window? But honestly, don't worry about it. It's all still going to work in a very familiar way to what you've been used to. You'll still be choosing attachments to put onto your weapons, like Quick Draw, with one of the Infantry Division training actually allowing you to choose 2 extra attachments for your primary weapon, a bit like the primary Warfighter wildcard we had in other games. The one main restriction you're going to have is going to be the weapons that you can choose, as you'll have to choose weapons from a particular division rather than being able to use any division and weapon combo that you'd like, which is what we've been doing with the creator class system for the past 10 years. Though I think this can only be a good thing, as it's going to help define player roles within the game, with infantry holding down the main lanes with their assault rifle on the map, with the airborne division running gunning with their submachine guns all over the shop to help create the best possible multiplayer experience. Now onto the weapons. I have to admit, I loved using the BAR as it was powerful, had low recoil, and slightly reminded me of the Remington from Call of Duty Ghosts, though I've always been an assault rifle player, so naturally I lean towards it. The MP40 from the Airborne Division was also an absolute monster, especially as I could just throw the silencer on whenever I was behind enemy lines, so the enemy team didn't know I was behind them. But one thing we can be certain from our first little taster is that Sledgehammer are going to do an amazing job with weapon balance and just making the guns feel amazing, just like they did in Advanced Warfare. Now at E3, we got to play on 2 multiplayer maps. Firstly, we played Team Deathmatch on Pointe du Hoc, and then we had a game of domination on Ardennes. After playing Pointe du Hoc, I just fell in love with the map because my first reaction was that players weren't flying all over the place with jetpacks, but the map flow, even for Team Deathmatch, which traditionally has a little bit more unpredictable spawn points, was really good. You found yourself fighting on the outskirts of the map a lot, especially around the main bunker, but could cut in through the middle of the map for different routes of attack if the enemy had set up a good defense. But my favorite has got to be Ardennes, because not only did we play Domination, which is my personal favorite game mode, it's also got that traditional 3-lane map system, which I absolutely love. It creates a really good flow around the objective points that creates this constant flow of action, where in maps that are a bit more open and don't have that 3-lane system, can sometimes get a bit slow-paced and dull. From my first impressions, World War II is going to have an awesome bunch of multiplayer maps for us to play on. They look good, they feel good, and I feel they really help capture the World War II era. Now, going into the multiplayer reveal, one of the things that I was most intrigued about was the brand new war mode that Sledgehammer had teased at the World War II announcement. And at E3, we got to get our first taste of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty epic. So for those of you that don't know what war is, it's a game mode where you play through a series of different objectives and either play as the attackers or the defenders. You get 4 minutes to complete each objective, which could be to capture and hold an objective point, blow up an objective, while the defenders have to do everything that they can to stop you being able to do that. So at E3, we got to play Operation Breakout, which is the very first war map that we've seen so far. As the attackers, we had to attack and capture a house, then repair a bridge for the tank to get across, before you'll need to blow up an ammo supply point with TNT, before finally escorting the tank to destroy the anti-aircraft battery. Honestly, the game mode is epic and builds up those final moments where you either just manage to complete the objective or hold off the attacking team. There's also a sudden death timer called Do or Die, so there's always a chance to make an epic comeback. So obviously, like with any Call of Duty multiplayer since Modern Warfare 2, one of the most important things has always been the score streaks. Some games have had ridiculously powerful ones like Black Ops 2 with the Swarm and the Lodestar, while other games like Ghost had ones that weren't really super game-changing. But with Call of Duty World War II, we've definitely been given some cool ones to keep an eye out for. Now, one thing to note is also how score streaks now appear on your UI. They appear on the bottom right of your screen as usual, but now have the actual amount of score you need to earn the streak, as well as how much score you have already earned towards it, so you know exactly what you need to do to earn the score streak. Now, for my short playthrough, I got to try out a couple which are actually really cool, like seeing paratroopers come in which effectively work like attack dogs, where they'll run around the map picking you up kills. But the fighter pilot streak is also pretty damn cool, where you control the gunner of the plane while it does a strafing run. Then you have streaks like the glide bomb, which work like the Predator missile from Modern Warfare 2. There's also obviously a load more streaks that'll come into the game come release, but on first impressions, we're going to have a lot of fun score streaks to use. But that's everything you need to know about the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. Do make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content. Let me know if you're excited for World War II in the comments below. Drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!